Well, the hope, Coach, was that these Florida showers would have passed through by now, but it looks like we're in for a wet one tonight at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready? Blue ready. Wild Bill. Follow.
Kill. On the ground, the drive starts with Wilson. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Easy.
On second down now, it's Wilson, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Mike 50.
They'll run on first down. Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. So into Packer territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 48-yard line. On the draw, it's Wilson. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Green, undercut. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
They'll try to throw now. Winston. Going right side here, and that's complete. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
Offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
On second and 12, Winston. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week. We're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
And that'll set them back 5. Matt Gay on for the extra point. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
All day, defense, all day, all day. Check 26, check 26. Hey, watch it, watch it. Hey, Mike.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Let's get off the field, D. 50. Check, check. Pilot, 64. Weak. Check 4, check 4. Check.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Williams. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And the box with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. To throw is Rodgers. And Adams has it, complete. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the 1st. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. To throw, it's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
It's a gain of 13, but it's 3rd down.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
Switch!
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the 1st. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. Jones has it. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Call it a gain of 3, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Throwing is Rodgers. This is caught. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. They're going to run for it with Jones. And he'll get in, and they take an 8-7 lead. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that went incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On the carry, it's Logan. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Ready? Black 25 behind. Oh, here we go. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Here we go.
On 3rd down, Winston. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. On for the extra point, Giorgio Tavecchio. And his kick is no good. Misses the PAT, a mistake there, and this remains a 7-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7.
Hey, stop. Sonny.
Here's Winston. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
At their own 47-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this.
There he goes, left side. And at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
It's not often that we see big plays end in disaster, and we just absolutely saw it right there. They had something really big cooking on that one.
When you're down near the goal line like that on a big play, do you get maybe a little too careless, a little too desperate for the goal line?
I think the last part is exactly right. You get desperate for the goal line, and sometimes you get the ball out ahead away from your body, or you're trying to extend to get there, or maybe you're just trying so hard that the ball will come out of your hands. In any event, that's a big opportunity lost.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Wilson going to try the right side. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Jameis to throw it. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. Jameis now on 1st down. He completes it to Evans. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. They'll run with Wilson out of the shotgun. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down. 1st down, Winston. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. To throw again on 2nd down, Winston. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Dean Lowry. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. To throw is Winston. And that is incomplete. It was Darnell Savage that time who was able to knock it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Now a first down carry by Jones. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll try the right side with Jones. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Looking deep for Adams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run it with Jones. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Rodgers now on first down. And that's complete to Adams. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Again, it's Jones. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Taking it about the 16. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Ready.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Ready. Black 25 behind.
Winston. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller, since that the screen pass was available, whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
On first down, Wilson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Check. Ready. White 25. I got one. Let's go.
Now on 2nd and 13. Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
It's now 3rd down.
Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And Wilson has it. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. They'll go for it. This is Wilson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's good for a Buccaneer first, to pick up of 12 yards. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
They'll run on first down. It's Logan. Preston Smith there on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Hey, watch the slant. Check 93.
On 2nd and 9. Winston. Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Check 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Hey, let's get this. Get this. Check 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Come on, D. Whip. Watch the whip. Wow.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Open man has got it. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
He'll have a first down inside the 10. That burst good for 20 and a first down. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up first and goal.
Yeah, and some nice running right there. That's what got them the first down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Now from the 7, here's second and goal. Winston. And Jameis intercepted a third time. Picked off by Darnell Savage. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 4 yards the pickup, first down. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
At the 20-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Rodgers. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Rodgers pass. Incomplete on the throwaway. It's third down.
The Packers on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8. Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Hey, Alpha. 45 is the mic. Oh, you got deep? 45. Mike 45. Hey, 88.
Now it's Rodgers. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Adams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. On first down, it's Jones. Oh, he's got a little daylight. That one good for 33 and a first.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Buccaneers' 21-yard line.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down.
Topper! Bang, 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 bang! Sponge! No! Watch the safety creep!
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. This time, the extra point up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Now Winston. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. First down Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Winston now to throw on first down. He finds his target. It's Evans. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. They'll throw again. Winston. And this is caught by Evans. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Black 22. Stop your whining.
Jameis again. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great effort there. His fourth touchdown on the year as his guys are back within a single score. There's certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a two-point conversion.
No.
Here's Winston. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points that gets them back within a field goal. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
Packers take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've got the lead by 3, late stages of the game. What's the message here? Just hang on to the football? Is it that simple?
That's exactly right, because ball security is paramount. And you got a small cushion. A field goal can tie you, but you don't even think that way. Just take care of the ball, close out the game.
Will they close it out? We're about to find out. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10.
Box it.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. He's got daylight. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, 43 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Here we go. 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
Over the middle to Evans. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check 13. Flip.
Winston to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Come on, QB, come on. Check 93.
Now Winston. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Kevin King with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys
I'm a little
skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for Green Bay, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Potts, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a stop so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning potential. That's the both worlds when we rocking over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter rock, turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, the pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. We're leaving the kings of all crowns. So are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, y'all beat the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all beat the flow. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm with the intent, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I just got bags from Prada. Rolling up. I'm in the brand.